Hi, I'm Paula Jean Harrison. I'm here at Money20 Las Vegas. Why don't you introduce yourself for us, please?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Marco Santos. I'm the CEO at GFT USA and Latin America region. GFT is a multinational. I focus on IT services and projects for digital transformation.
Fantastic. So thank you so much for joining us here today. How are you finding the conference so far?
So far, it's been quite busy, but very good discussions with some clients and partners here.
Fantastic. Glad to hear it. So I'd love to ask you how traditional banks are more in place to meet the needs for financing for consumers and businesses over neobanks, because we hear a lot about neobanks at the moment, but actually, traditional banks are kind of really just starting to take the lead, I think. What do you think?
I think that they've been catching up. Yeah, and I tell you why. First, because they have a large customer base, brand awareness. They have lots of resources, and specifically they have capital and strong balance sheets. And it is really making difference right now, because the neobanks and the fintechs they are facing lots of challenge with the challenge on the financing the market, the capital markets.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when it comes to digital transformation, why is it essential for banks to be going on that journey?
It's essential because the customers have been improving a lot their customer experience and needs. Customers have been increasing a lot their expectations for better apps, better applications, better mobile apps, and much more convenience, providing cheaper services, and much more flexible and customized. So that's a strong trend that comes from the customers. And to enable all of that, we need next generation technologies. The next generation technologies are the ones that are enabling all those types of new products and new service that we see out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And sort of following on from that, I guess, when we think about next generation technologies, where does sort of cloud migration come into this for traditional banks, and what are the benefits of using this to move forward?
Fantastic. So cloud is a fundamental element of these next generation architecture, technology architectures. And that's on top of clouds that we can bring data, AI, products and solutions, data AI driven products and solutions that you can bring open service that can generate open services and microservices and lots of new technological acronyms that you use today. But everything goes on top of cloud. And the traditional banks, they need to move towards those new next generation architectures, which is fundamentally based on cloud. And migration is part of their challenge. They need to really change decades of infrastructure and system development to new technologies.
Absolutely. And so what other common paths can banks take on that journey to digital transformation?
There are some paths. We usually talk about three. The first one is what you call is a rip and replace, which is a complete change, right, of the IT landscape, and this is the first one. The second one is what you call bank in a bank, which is banks that are starting to create new business units, new entities, new companies, and new banks within their umbrella. And the third one is what you call bank modernization, which is an approach that is more focused on taking a business process, taking a new finance product, and then on that quite niche approach, utilize new technologies and start an innovation process, a digital transformation process.
Fantastic. And what are the challenges associated with these different journeys?
There are pros and cons, right, with all the journeys. For sure, for the first one that I mentioned, the big challenge is the amount of investment that is needed on a first approach, and the time, which is super time consuming to make a strong replace of the IT landscape. So what we have seen is more common, the bank in a bank and the bank modernization. And the challenge for both and benefits, let's say, are benefits. Bank in a bank, you have an isolated legal entity that you can create something new from scratch, not with the dependencies, with the challenge of the traditional business process or IT landscape of the bank, and then you can have, let's say, more freedom, right, to do the bank in a bank. And the modernization, we've seen some clients from GFT that are approaching on that way, and they've been, let's say, bringing more results in a more agile way. So you can modernize, you can start really small in a niche, specific business process, financial products, and then create something new there and influence the traditional organization, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. And my final question to you is, are neobanks still viable challenges, or have traditional institutions now caught up entirely? What do you think?
Very good question. The neobanks are still fantastic players in this marketplace. The traditional banks have been catching up. That's a reality. They've been investing a lot, and they are in a good momentum right now. But we see several neobanks across the globe. Some of them which were able to create a strong client base, customer base, and they have advanced digital products with advanced next generation customer experience, and they are doing pretty well, and they are moving ahead. So I think at the end the benefit comes to us, to the consumers. Right, at the very end comes to us, right? Because we have better value proposition from the traditional banks, and let's say disruptive value propositions from the neobanks, and then we can choose, right? And then we combine the service, right, in an open marketplace.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time today. It's been great to chat.
Thank you very much.